When he was 15 years old, already balding, thin, basketball-esque frame, continuously, nervously banging against the box only he could see, my friend Frank robbed a Kentucky Fried Chicken with a fork. He courted the girl that worked there in her off time. Her girlfriends thought she was way off to go out with a boy that talked like an electric circuit. And they had it all worked out, except she must have got cold feet on the day of the robbery because she called in sick. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, in the 85-degree blue-collar melancholy sun, disguised in his brother's red and yellow striped wool ski mask, and armed with a stainless steel fork and 15 years of Catholic Italian longings, Frank ran into the Kentucky Fried Chicken in the corner of Butternut Lodi, and finding no one behind the counter, he yelled to the two people sitting in the booth eating their original recipe breast, "Everybody hit the deck!" And they looked pumping them, and they laughed. The manager sauntered 0-2 casually out from the back room, and Frank screamed again, this time slamming his fork down so hard on the counter that he cut his own hand. And the three people saw the blood and the unrelenting fierceness in the eyes behind the ski mask, and they knew he was serious. Through the dusty and streaked plate glass window, passersby could easily witness three people huddled on the ground in a mass fray, fork gripped in midair as he jammed down the register button, grabbed $214, and fled. First time he told me this story was 15 years later on a blustery evening. We were broke down in the sub-zero snow this side of the Canadian border. That lonely orange U-Haul, squeaking with every jet of northern icy wind, provided a refuge in its cab for 8 hours. Me and Frank in the front sharing cigarettes and later end butts and flannel shirts that had been discarded in earlier months, summer days. Come on, you snakes, the sun had called. Shed those skins. The life forgotten behind the seats, but now taken out and used as blankets and stuffed into door cracks to guard against the razor chill. After a few hours, in the boredom peaks, and the conversation snowballed, it turned heated, and sillier, and confessional, and redeeming. And Frank told me about his Italian grandmother, how she'd stared at his carved body, every inch of which was covered with a thick rug-like hair, and she'd shake her head Sicilian serious, and she'd moan in broken English, "Blood of the wolf! Blood of the wolf!" In that truck, Frank threw back his head and howled with laughter. Then he told me how he robbed a Kentucky Fried Chicken with a fork, and I screamed with laughter, "A fork! A fucking fork!" So hard I actually got warm for a few minutes. When they found us 8 blue-bone cold chill hours later, I was half asleep, but Frank was still doing imitations of his boyhood hero, AC/DC's Bon Scott, yelling, "And he made it out! With a putting it back!" across the Canadian snow. Ago, Frank drives for somebody else and I moved to Texas. We couldn't make a go of our business in upstate New York, and the bank repossessed our truck. Last night when I was headed to the CD player, I thought I heard that truck outside beeping. I rode in that truck for half a decade. I know the sound of it and Frank's loud, impatient black coffee and beer juice smart glass, and I was ready to ride. But when I went to the window, there was no truck. And as my eyes scanned the Texas horizon, I thought I saw running behind the trees a boy. He was wearing a ski mask. He was holding a fork.